Hey, Teven, I'm curious, how you've been able to sort of get your feet wet and adjust to the NFL game over the past couple of weeks. What specifically have you learned? What do you feel like? Hey, they're going to want me to get a lot better at this when I show up for training camp.
Yeah, as of right now, I'm doing rotation. I'm working in as the best I can. Right now for me to get my feet wet, I'm trying my best to understand the pace of the game as we're going against the defense and understanding how fast the changes from college to NFL, of course. And for me, it's always about getting in there with Coach Castillo and just keep on working on my sets, working on my left, and just keep on working on that till I'm getting more fluid and be more comfortable in my stance.
Sure, all right.
Teven, what's the most important thing you need to do between now and when training camp starts in 5 weeks?
I'll say one big thing for me is knowing the playbooks. So, and for me, that is the biggest part of football for myself. So I'm not afraid of making any mistakes because I already know where to go, how to do things, whatever play is called. So I'll go and play 100% instead of pushing myself mid-play or before the play.
Thank you.
Mark Potash?
Hey, Teven, I know this whole episode has been a whirlwind for you. I'd just like to know if you woke up tomorrow and it was the first day of training camp, would you be okay with that? Or after all this, do you feel like, hey, I need a little bit of a break just to kind of, breathe a little bit?
No, I mean, this is just more work for me. That's exactly what I need. So I'll be happy with it because I just want to keep on perfecting my craft. So I'd be 100% okay.
Chris Emma?
Teven, two-parter. One, where do you plan to be the next several weeks before training camp, getting your work in? And then, being a physical player like you are, what's your excitement level to strap on the pads and kind of show what you can do?
First part, right now I'm planning on going back to Dallas. I'm going to take some time and be with my girl and hang out with her and her family, take some time off. And then after that, I do plan on going like 100% training, I wouldn't say blank to a wall, because I'm trying to censor myself and go all out, and then the second part, I'm actually very excited to put on pads. It's been however many months for me, and I've been missing that sound, missing that feeling, and I'm very excited to get back out there.
Dan?
Teven, what for you do you think brought out more of your edge last season and allowed it to go to a new level?
For my understanding, for myself, as I self-critiqued it, it was my understanding of how to use and when to use controlled aggression and understanding the game more and not being afraid to make any mistakes.
As a quick follow-up, rookies didn't have much in person last year. It was a lot of Zoom meetings, no on-field stuff. I'm curious in this last 5-6 week period, what you think you gained out of being on the field and being able to access sort of the traditional spring period in the NFL.
I'll say definitely making these relationships, going in and out of the building, meeting everybody in and out, and then start actually getting, like, as the question earlier was, getting my feet wet inside of this team, this playbook, and understanding how fast the transition is from college to NFL.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Teven, was there a moment when the veterans came in and you were able to kind of see them? I know it's limited what you guys are doing on the field, but did you feel like, okay, I belong here? Did you have that moment at all that you knew you were, I guess, ready for this?
I'll say, yeah, there was a moment. There's like a lot of moments for me because we've been going for the past since OTAs. Some veteran guys showed up to OTAs. How that went down. And, when everybody got here for the mandatory minicamp, I felt like I belong where I am and exactly where I'm going to be.
Pat Finley?
I'm curious what you saw about Justin Fields and the way he interacted with the offensive side of the ball that jumped out at you and what that might say about him as a player.
Personally, I wouldn't say I was not paying attention to Justin, but I was busy focusing on myself and my own critique and my technique, and that's one thing I'm big on is like looking at my problems, looking at my execution, how I'm doing, and then then going back. But, you know, I couldn't give you a solid answer on it.
Got time for a couple more. Eric Edholm.
Yeah, Teven, just following up a little bit on what Pat was asking. I know you said you're working on your own stuff, but have you gotten a chance to know Justin at all? I know when he got to Ohio State, some people said he was a little bit reserved, quiet at first. What have your impressions been of Justin, just sort of interacting with him between plays, off the field, whatever?
I mean, personally, he seems like a great guy. You know, I've been in the locker room. You know, he daps me every morning, says good morning to me. You know, we mess around a little bit. We see each other when we're doing like some rehab, like hot tubs, cold tubs. You know, just some rehab stuff. We always talk, and sometimes we do text back and forth. But I mean, he seems like an outgoing guy. Seems like a great guy, and I'm happy to be on the same team with him.
And last one, Alex.
Hey, Teven, you said it's been great being here, building relationships. I'm wondering if any of the veterans kind of taken you under their wing, and if so, what kind of tips have they given you to acclimate to the NFL level?
Yeah, there's been multiple on the whole line, you know, like James Daniels, Cody, Jermaine, and and Elijah a little bit too, you know. And for me, you know, from listening what they have to say, like from little things of take care of your body, get in the weight room, get to the film room, do everything like this. They even help me on the field during certain sets, tells me if it wasn't good enough, you know, I'll go back and do it again, you know. And there's little things like that from them is going to make a long, I would say, payoff for me as a player. And I really appreciate them for doing that, you know. And that's one thing really I can say for them is just thank you.